I'm with Nathalie Blackham, the Executive Director for Christian Friends of Magen David Adom. Now, what is Christian Friends of Magen David Adom?
Magen David Adom is kind of the Red Cross of Israel, and is is the emergency national services, and so we are coming alongside them. We are not doing the work of MDA, but we are here to support them and to fundraise from a perspective of being Christian, supporting Israel, and wanted to help them to supply ambulances. Sometimes we are planning also to do like MDA station, and also training, because the training needs to be also paid, and all these kind of things to help them.
And how were you started as an organization, and why?
So this is very interesting. We started in 2006, and it was during the war, the Second Lebanon War, and some Christian in the UK. It started in the UK by an amazing man which has his birthday yesterday, and he's 89, and this is now 2014, so it's a while ago. But he said, no, now I can see that we need Christian to come alongside of us as Jewish people. And he saw a man in Manchester, and he started to speak with him. A lot of his people were saying, yeah, are you not afraid to do this? And he said, no, I can see we need to do something. And so he started by this, in 2006 during the Second Lebanon War.
And what is your mission here?
So our mission, first of all, is to show our love in a concrete way. And we say it's prayer in action. So it's like people pray for the peace of Jerusalem, and we say, okay, now we pray for the peace of Jerusalem, but you know what the name in Hebrew is? Sha'alu, and Sha'alu is like asking and querying God. And it's like, okay, what can I do today to help Israel and to help for the peace of Jerusalem? So we are helping concretely and fundraising for ambulances and some materials also for saving life.
And what sort of incidents does the Magen David Adom have to attend to?
Any kind of things like having babies or emergency, your kid is playing football and twists his ankle during at school, or things like that. And also, unfortunately, sometimes some terror attack.
That must be very difficult for the ambulance crew to actually go to a terror attack and see what's happened there.
This is quite traumatic, and I have a lot of respect for the people who are working here, because you can have post-traumatic syndrome after, and you have to stay very professional also in your way of doing things. So we really bow down and say well done for the work that they are doing day and night. It's 24 hours a day.
Now, is the Magen David Adom the ambulance service in Israel?
Yes, it is. They have some others, but it's the national one.
So they're not government. They're not funded by the government, but they're actually a charity themselves.
Yes, they are, and it's quite amazing because again, I'm coming from England, was born in France, and came here. And Norman, this amazing man who started CFMDA, phoned us, and we started to work with them. And when I started to know how is Magen David Adom, it's an amazing organization. And 85% of the people are volunteers. And the government gives them only between 3 to 4% of money. And most of the time, this money will come if they have terror attacks, if it's connected also with the IDF, the army. And so they will reimburse some money for Magen David Adom.
But most of it's run on charity donations.
It is. So like all the ambulances, the MDA station, all the equipment, all these things is donated.
And how many ambulances have you bought as Christian Friends of Magen David Adom?
We have around 11, and it's always changing the number, thank you, Lord. And we have some now. It's really, when people start to give and get connected with Magen David Adom, they feel we want to do it again, we want to increase, we want to tell our friends. So now we have ambulances coming from South Africa, from Sweden, Finland, the UK, of course, and they are planning to have some in Australia, in the Philippines, from also South Africa.
And how much does it cost for an ambulance here?
Okay, so I will count in dollars because they do that a lot in Israel. For a normal ambulance, which is the white one, the one that they use every day if it's just normal work, is $85,000. But like the more important one, which is like for the more traumatic work, I mean, when people have had more trauma, it will be $125,000.
Wow.
So it's quite costly, but we know that, saving life, people, there is no cost for a life. So people are more, the Christian are really getting into this habit also we want to give. We have also some motorbikes who are about $19,000. And again, motorbikes are very good because, the traffic in Israel and in the big cities, we need motorbikes for the first responders.
Now, Magen David Adom also collect blood, and they have bloodmobiles out there. How much blood is needed a year?
300,000 units per year, so it's a lot. And they need every day, I think it's 5,000 units per day. And like we were speaking about the blood, the shelf life of the blood is 5 days. So you need to have blood given like every day. They need to go to get to the people and get the blood. So they have some special ambulance, which is yellow, and they go to the people, they go to groups, they go to factories, and they go in Tel Aviv on Zion Square. And every day they are there, and people are giving the blood. They have a lot. Is the one with the most use in Israel.
Wow! And of course, Magen David Adom, they treat anybody, don't they? Whether you're Muslim, Christian, Jew, it doesn't matter. They treat everybody.
Yes, they treat anybody, and also the people who work, the staff or the volunteers from Magen David Adom. They have Jewish people, Christian, Muslim. Whoever wants to come and save lives, they do the training. And they work together, and this is a great opportunity for people to be able to save lives and to see that it's possible to work together.
Now, this must be building a good relationship between Christians and Jews as you're providing and helping them.
Now, this is quite amazing. We had last weekend, or Friday morning, we invited some Christian leaders from Israel and also people, volunteers from all around the world. We were about 25 people. And we were showing them really what is Magen David Adom, because some heard about it, but like to see the reality of it. And we went to visit the dispatch center and also the blood bank in Tel HaShomer. And it was very important for them. They find that fascinating. But not only that, you should have seen the face of the Jewish people who work over there to see that some Christians are interested to help them. They were so grateful. So it's like really two sides, us to help them and them to be so touched that people really want to help them. So sometimes we speak about like the yellow, we went to the Yellow Star, which was terrible with the ghettos and anti-Semitism. And now we went to this Blue Star, which was the beginning of Israel. And now we are going to the Red Star, which is helping Magen David Adom and helping to save life in Israel.
Wow. And Christian friends of Magen David Adom are all around the world, aren't they? So people all around the world are helping.
Yes, we have big branches of Magen David Adom. And so we go along with them, but like in the Philippines, there is no Magen David Adom. And so they started a Christian branch of Magen David Adom. So they had to do all the paperwork to be a charity and all of that. But now they are running and they are successful, and they have little box, which is called Staka box. It's like donation box, and people put their coins, and they are starting to, because in Philippines there is some very rich people and very poor people. And they are touching all of them. The poor with their coins and the rich one with their big checkbook. Yeah. So it's great.
That's great. And how important is your role as the executive director here for Christian Friends of Magen David Adom?
So first of all, it was to establish it here in Israel. Norman came. Norman, this amazing man I was speaking, who was the founder in England, decided to make Aliyah when he was 82 years old, and came here and he said, okay, we started CFMDA in the UK and now we want to start it here. So he phoned me and my husband, and we started to know about Magen David Adom, And we were busy, but we say, okay, we want to have a try because we know we can see the importance. We didn't really want to do it, funny enough, because we're already busy, but we could see the importance of it. So I say, okay, I'm jumping and start to help. And it's a pleasure to be able to help. I'm learning a lot to, work. I have the privilege really to work with Jewish people. So I'm learning to know more who they are, how they think, how they act, and it's a great privilege to be able to do that. And now there is so many visitors who come here. We start to do tours. We have like conferences of people who come, and we linked with them. Yeah, it's an Israeli connection. Like somebody who was coming from the Philippines, she was a friend of a friend, and we started to speak together. And she said, I want to help, again, because of the love that she has for Israel. And another friend of a friend of my friend was from Germany, and she had a friend from Australia, and she said, I want to help. So she started, and it's like, you don't need to start like a big thing. You start a group, and you carry on, and it's growing. We have somebody from the Congo who wants to help. Is coming to visit in March, and he wants to help to donate an ambulance. So this is great, from Africa.
Yeah. And why do you do personally what you do?
God really gave me a love for Israel. With my husband, we do some TV program with Revelation TV. And so we came in Israel for that, but we started to be involved with Magen Adom, and it's a privilege just to be able to help Israel. And like as Christian, we've done a lot of damage by anti-Semitism when the Holocaust happened and all these things. So now it's time to repair, it's time to build, it's time to restore. So this is, saving life. We can't choose better than this way to help Israel.
And what's your prayer for Magen Adom?
To carry on, to be able to save life all the time, and pray that they won't have so much terror attacks and that they will be able to build. Praying for Aliyah too. So because we are praying for Aliyah, we need more ambulances and more staff and training. But it's amazing to see, like young people, they go to school and they have to give some voluntary time every week, and they come here and they help and they do training in the evening after school. They come here and they come to help, and it's great to see. They want to give back to their country, and this is great to see.
What's the youngest age? What's the oldest age of volunteers?
This is a very interesting question. The youngest is 15, and the oldest is 89.
Wow.
And I have the privilege to work with the older one, which is Norman Fengold. So it's wonderful.
Wow. It's amazing. Well, Nathalie, thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome. You're very welcome.